Hello everyone. Today we'll be working on the Pythagoras rule. Pythagoras rule. What does it entail? Pythagoras rule is all about the three sides of a right angle triangle. Okay, where we have the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the right angle triangle. Okay, and where we have the opposite, which is the side facing this angle, which is the opposite, and we have the last side to be what? Adjacent. So we work with a right angle triangle. The size of a right angle triangle is always 90 degrees. So how do we go about these three questions? The instruction says find the unknown side in this right angle triangle. So for the first one, we have to determine the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the right angle triangle. So how do we determine that? We say the sum of these two, the square of these two, and when we sum it up, we give us this, and we look for the square root. So it says this square of this equals 6 square plus 8 square. Okay, so 6 square is 6 times 6, that is 36, plus 8 times 8. So here we have 36 plus 64, we have it to be 100, so we have 6 square. So we have to find the square root of 100, that gives us 10. So that means C is 10 centimeters, which is the hypotenuse. The longest side of a right angle triangle is always the hypotenuse. Now when we look at this, the longest side is the hypotenuse, which is 10. The other side here is 6 centimeters. So this is the adjacent. So we have to look for the opposite, okay, which is A. So when we are looking for any of the other two sides aside from the hypotenuse, we subtract. So we look for the square of this. So we say A square equals 10 square minus 6 square. Okay, so 10 square is 10 times 10 minus 6 square is 6 times 6. So 10 times 10 is 100. 6 times 6 is 36. So we subtract this from here, we have 64. So we look for the square root of 64, which is 8 centimeters. So that means the opposite is 8 centimeters, which is A. Okay, so for the third one, we are asked to look for the adjacent. Okay, we are given the opposite, which is 12 centimeters. We have our hypotenuse 15 centimeters, which is the longest side of the right angle triangle, and we have to determine the adjacent. So what do? We subtract. Okay, B square, which is the adjacent, so we have to subtract this from here, from the hypotenuse. So we have here 15 square minus 12 square. So 15 square is 15 times 15 minus 12 times 12. So when we multiply this together, we have 225 minus 144. So when we subtract this from here, we have 81. So to get our adjacent, we look for the square root of 81, which is 9 centimeters.